Hey guys, ETN10 here from Sunbros, and it's time for another hero quick look video. Today we're going to be talking about Cresht, the newest hero to NA. Cresht is a class tank support, role of mobility and control, and as you guys can see in the bottom left, his constitution is almost all the way up and his difficulty is up pretty high as well. Now Cresht has two forms, and in that he has two sets of abilities for each form. So we'll discuss him in one form and then we'll discuss him in a second form before moving on. Cresht's passive is Tidal Rage. Cresht gains rage with normal attacks when Metamorphosis is not active. Cresht's first ability, Typhoon, Cresht's lance swings grant rage, knock back surrounding enemies and deal damage. Cresht's second ability, Aquatic Shield, Cresht jumps to a target location, summoning shields for himself and nearby friendly heroes. Cresht's ultimate, Metamorphosis, Cresht consumes all the rage he has and morphs into his true form. He grows in size and gets a shield. He then summons a massive tidal wave that pushes enemies aside and stuns the enemies at the end of the wave while dealing damage. Cresht also gains a large amount of movement speed while he's in the wave. Alright guys, and now that we've gone ahead and gone into our Metamorphosis or our ultimate stage, we will be doing a different set of abilities, starting with the passive Tidal Rage. Cresht shakes the earth each time he uses an ability, reducing movement speed of enemies and gaining attack damage. Ability 1, Typhoon. Cresht summons a Geyser that deals a bunch of damage in an AoE area. And ability 2, Cresht jumps to the target location and summons a Whirlpool that deals a bunch of damage in an AoE area. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to Cresht's pros and cons. Starting with the pros, these are things you're going to want to take advantage of if you're playing as Cresht, and things you're going to want to avoid if you're playing against him. First pro, Cresht has the best ult ever. As you guys can see, not only does his ult give him a second set of abilities, it makes Cresht virtually unkillable. The shield is absolutely bananas. Cresht does some insane AoE damage, he has insane crowd control, he gets insane movement ability, and he is almost unkillable in his ultimate stage. So yeah, I would say Cresht has the best ult ever. It's absolutely insane how powerful he gets when his ult is up. Secondly, Cresht is an incredible disruptor, and this again is ult stage. The amount of AoE damage, the amount of slows, the amount of movement speed he gives him and allies, the amount of things that Cresht brings to the table in a team fight while ulting, Cresht is probably the best disruptor, if not one of the best disruptors in the game. Absolute havoc causer when he's going in with his ultimate. And Cresht's third pro and final pro is that he has great mobility. Whether he's in his ultimate and he gains that insane movement speed, all those movement speed buffs that he gets, or that he has that ridiculous jump in his ultimate that he can use to jump in or out of danger or out of his form, which he still has a nice jump which he can use to again get in or out of danger, is really solid. Cresht has some really good mobility for a tank, and it makes him very hard to kite or to get away from when he's ulted for sure. Next, we're going to talk about Cresht's cons, which is the things you're going to want to avoid when you're playing as him and things you're going to want to take advantage of when you're playing against him. First con is that outside of his ultimate, and we're going to notice a bit of a theme here guys, outside of his ultimate, Cresht just isn't very strong. He has a pretty weak game outside of his ultimate, which is an issue because his ultimate takes some time to get to. Because of con number 2, to get into his ultimate, not only does the cooldown have to be up, Cresht has to have enough rage built up. And to build up rage, Cresht generally has to go in the jungle and start attacking jungles. It requires him to receive damage and to give damage out and use abilities for Cresht to get rage, and building it up does take a little time. And on to con number 3, because of the fact that he's weak without his ultimate, that means that Cresht brings a pretty weak early game to the game. Now that means is that you have to play more carefully with Cresht than you would with somebody like Arthur or somebody like that early game who's not as strong. But as soon as you get level 4, Cresht gets the biggest power spike in the game, becoming an unkillable monster and an absolute destruction machine. I can't really say enough about how strong and powerful Cresht is as a support in a tank. He's absolutely one of the best heroes in the game, and I would recommend if you want to play tank or support that he's one of the heroes that you go ahead and pick up and use. Guys, that is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and check back for more hero quick look videos, as we will be making one for each hero in the game. And soon we're going to be releasing a beginner's guide called How to Play AoV, which breaks down all the basics, and a little bit of an advanced guide called How to Win at AoV. So please subscribe so you guys can be aware of when those come out, because I promise you they are going to be well worth the wait. But thanks for watching guys, and as always, until next time.